Hello and welcome to Irish Voices. I'm Donald McCone. You're very welcome to this conversation with the Irish diaspora. With over 40 million people in the United States claiming that link, we certainly will have people to talk to over the coming weeks and months. On our programme today, we hear how hurling has taken off in our Californian universities. We'll be seeing how the Rose of Tralee has been selected for the San Francisco area for this year's Rose of Tralee Festival in Kerry later in the year. And we now take a walk through the Mission District of San Francisco, where the Irish lived in the early 1900s and where lots of things were happening before and after the Easter Rising 1916. Elizabeth Creedy will be our guide for that.
So we are in front of where the Hibernia Hall used to be, 454 Valencia. It's gone now because this block was redeveloped at some point in the 60s or 70s. Happily, the Monitor and the Leader and the San Francisco Chronicle really documented people's comings and goings in San Francisco. And the Hibernia Hall is mentioned often as a place where Irish Americans gathered together to play whist or to have grand balls. The KRB Hall was at 1133 Mission. So I think that's about a mile going that way down Mission. And I believe that there was a lot of communication between the two organizations. The KRB was bigger, I believe, and had a somewhat more riotous social life. The dances at the KRB are legendary. I think that this was perhaps a quieter place, perhaps a bit more formal. St. Peter's is really one of the most distinctively Irish places in the Mission that is left from that time. I believe it was founded in 1862, and then in the 1880s, Bishop Alamady set Hugh Gallagher, a priest, to negotiate with the Sisters of Mercy in Ireland to come back and found a school, which they did, I think, in 1886. And so you had a clerical apparatus imported from Ireland to serve first and second generation Irish Americans living in the Mission District. And if you look at the records of St. Peter's, it was predominantly Irish until fairly recently in the 20th century, I think probably till the 30s or 40s, which is when the Irish started percolating out of this neighborhood. So as a visible sort of landmark of Irish Americanness, St. Peter's is really one of the places I think of when I think of the Mission being Irish.
Would there have been much investment from the Irish people into the building of the church?
I think so, yes. I am not very clear on how the Archbishop got churches built, but I do know that in the case of Old St. Mary's in Chinatown, they absolutely turned to wealthy Irish Americans. And I would assume that the same is true for St. Peter's. This, by the way, is not the original church. The original church burned down in the 90s, and this was entirely rebuilt. So the original church itself is gone, although the footprint remained, and they did build to sort of enhance the original features. Father Peter York, of course, was the pastor of this church and very, very deeply involved with Irish republicanism and preached fiery sermons from the pulpit about the necessity of America recognizing Irish as a self-governing republic. So you had a very potent blend of religion and politics that was happening on a weekly basis inside this church. I'm doing a walk in the Mission District on March 19th of the different institutions, commercial sites, churches, meeting halls, and residences like this one to show how Irish Americans responded to the events of the Easter Uprising and all the events thereafter, that culminated in the signing of the Anglo-Irish Treaty. So I'm hoping to talk about ways in which people got together in community halls like Hibernia Hall. But I'm also hoping to show how many people in the Mission District gave money to fund the Irish Republic and where they lived. I found a map of Irish American donors at the University of San Francisco, and from that I'm making a map with cartographer Ben Pease. And one of the addresses on the map is this place, 1348 South Van Ness. It was the home of John Sullivan and Agnes Sullivan, and they are on record as giving quite a lot of money actually to what I think was the American Association for the Recognition of the Irish Republic. This was Eamon de Valera's fundraising a bond drive, I think, that he undertook in America after the Easter Uprising. And the Sullivans in some ways really typify the kind of support that was coming from Irish America in the mission. And as you can see, they lived in this beautiful mansion, which has historic status is awarded to it by the San Francisco Planning Department. It was originally built for someone else, but at the time, between the years of 1916 to 1920, the Sullivans lived here. So this is Mary, the Virgin Mary, and one of the reasons I appreciate her presence in this neighborhood so much is because I see her as a link between the Irish culture that used to be in San Francisco in the Mission District and the Latina culture that's here now. You know, those histories at some points really blend in well with each other, and I just can't help but reflect just the enduring sort of commitment to her that both communities really showed. And of course, Mary is all over 24th Street. She's all over the Mission District. She's almost like, you know, the way that I think of it, she's almost like the patron saint of the Mission District. She's a lovely lady, and so many people who have lived in this neighborhood have prayed to her and sought her protection, Irish and Mexican and Nicaraguan and El Salvadorian alike, and I just really love kind of that fusion of faith and devotion. Across the street from us is the site of the old Mission branch of the Hibernia Bank. The Hibernia Bank was founded by John Sullivan in, I'm going to say 1862. I could be wrong about that date, thereabouts. John Sullivan was an Irish American who was an early settler in California, and who has the distinction of probably being one of the few people who actually did strike gold in the gold rush. And with this gold, he founded the Hibernia Bank with the help of about 10 other Irish and Irish American capitalists. They had branches all over San Francisco, and today it's, if you ask anyone in the Irish American community about the Hibernia, the bank, they'll tell you absolutely, we had accounts there, I worked there. Just, you know, a basic feature of San Francisco life. The interesting thing about the Hibernia Bank is that it was one of the institutions that was able to make money available to Irish Americans inexpensively, so that those Irish Americans could move from the south of Market District and purchase a home in the Mission District. They were really instrumental in giving the Irish American community mobility across neighborhoods, from Soma to the Mission District and ultimately out to the Sunset in the Richmond District. Irish Americans could move around the city inexpensively because of low interest loans that the Hibernia Bank made available. The Irish Rebel tour of the Mission District is March 19th. It starts at 518 Valencia Street at Shaping San Francisco, and indeed the walk is a co-production between Shaping San Francisco and the Irish American Crossroads. You can go to the Irish American Crossroads website for more information. I believe that's www.irishamericancrossroads.org.
Hurling is Ireland, if not the world's oldest game. It began its origins with Hugh Holland, legend would tell us. Well, it's growing here in California, and in the universities in particular. We hear now from one of its instigators, Eamon Gormley.
This all began about 10 years ago when I was approached by a student called John Mulroe, who was a student at Stanford. I was at an event in San Francisco, the St. Patrick's Day Parade. I'd set up a stall for the GAA, doing a bit of local outreach. So John approached me and said he was interested in hurling because he'd been to Ireland and discovered the game and of course fell in love with it. Wanted to know how he could get involved in playing it, and I said, well, you're a Stanford student, which means you're not going to be around in the summertime. And the season that we have in San Francisco with the clubs up there is built around the migration patterns of Irish students. And he said, no, he's not going to be around during the summer. And I said, well, why don't we try to get a team started at Stanford? So that's what we did. I gave him some equipment. I gave him a bit of advice about how to publicise the game, and he put flyers up around the campus. We organised a time and place for a beginner's training session. 4 people showed up for it. 1 person showed up from the campus newspaper, took a few pictures, gave us a big write-up on the campus newspaper. Then the following week there were 14 students lined up for training. And it just grew from there. Cal got a team going a few years later, and we got them playing against each other, and they've been playing against each other ever since. Yes, this is the first of 5 games. It's the best of 5.
So my name is Fergal Mullally. I'm from Dublin in Ireland, and I'm going to be the referee here today.
How long have you been in the States?
I came over August 2001, about 3 weeks before 9/11 happened. I moved to Texas first, and it was a culture shock, all right.
And always playing hurling since you came?
I'm actually not a hurler by training. I grew up playing another sport in Ireland called Gaelic football. And when the Gaelic football team here folded, and a few of my friends were getting a hurling team started, I said, well, I'll give it a go. And I'd been a referee at home for many years, so they tapped me for this, and here I am.
You've got the jersey on.
I've got the official jersey, yep, from a few years ago now. I wear it very proudly, which is a surprising thing for a referee to say, I think most people think.
What's the inside track on being a referee for hurling that's different from other games?
I think the important thing, it's probably true for every game, is you have to let them know you know what you're doing. If you sort of go, I think that was a free, they'll run all over you. But if you let them know clear and simple what the rules are, they follow along pretty well. The American lads are much better. They have much more of a culture of respect than in Ireland, where everything seems to be a negotiation and debate, and people want to tell you what you did wrong.
So previously the rules were just suggestions, but
if you blow the whistle, people will say, what did I do? And they'll genuinely mean the question.
What do you do outside of this?
I work for NASA Ames. I work on something called the Kepler Space Telescope, which is the telescope we have. It's out in space, it's in orbit around the sun. It's looking for planets around other stars. So it keeps me sitting down, and this is a good way to get some exercise on my weekends.
I grew up watching my dad playing hurling near London. He's from Tipperary, and it used to be a Sunday ritual, go to mass and then watch the guys go at each other on the field, and I wanted to show my boyfriend the amazing game of hurling. He's never seen it before.
You've never seen it before?
I have never seen it before. This is the first.
What are your roots? Where are you from?
I'm from Norway.
Norway. They don't have a hurling team in Norway?
No, we would only play soccer.
Or ice hockey?
Or ice, not so much. Where I grew up on the western coast. We didn't have any ice hockey there. We'd go cross-country skiing in the winter and then play soccer in the summer. And
have they explained the rules to you yet?
I was under the impression that there wasn't much in the way of rules in this game. I might be confused about that.
We'll look around, see if we can find one, right?
Yeah.
Let it go out. Actually, get. Hit. Box him out.
Yeah, I grew up playing hurling. Been living in the States for most of the last 15, 16 years, but played hurling in Antrim up until the time I left.
And what about you?
I just support him in his love of hurling. Didn't grow up with it.
And what position would you have played yourself in?
All over. Half back, midfield, half forward, corner forward, bit of everything.
And there's a strong history of hurling in Antrim, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. In fact, this year, a local club, Kishdall, are in the All-Ireland Club Hurling final next month. So, yeah, it's going very well at the club level.
And what do you make of this activity here?
It's great to see. It's fantastic to see. I had no idea what to expect here, but I see a lot of young American kids out here clearly learning the sport and passionate about it. It's fantastic.
And what do you do besides watching the game here?
I work in the tech industry here in Palo Alto, actually, just not too far away, University Avenue.
Right at the core of it all.
Yep. I guess that's another passion in my life is technology. So that's why I'm out here.
And the dog likes it too?
He does. He loves it. I don't know if he spotted the ball yet.
Let's hope he doesn't.
So our full forward line has a goal each, guys. That's a good return. We picked up a few points. So it's a great first day out. But obviously, when we're this close, we might as well win. We're putting in this much work. We're putting this much effort. Only a football ball in it. So
it should be further ahead.
We're well on top. We got it. We just have to
see it through.
Protect our goalkeeper, stop those dodgy balls going in out the field. That's our job. You guys are doing a great job keeping it tight in there, and then we just got to take our scores.
We're getting plenty of shots off. That's for sure. We're not. We just need to put them on target and get some solid hits. Stan and Brody need to keep taking them, and they got it. Anybody else?
How many Irish and how many?
We have one Irish.
Oh yeah.
Where are you from?
Limerick.
Yeah.
Just outside the city.
And playing hurling at home and then...
I haven't played hurling since I was about 6 years old.
Getting them back in it.
Yeah, that's it.
What about you, the rest of you? How long have you
this is 2 years now.
3 years.
And what brought you to the game? What did you like about it?
It's different. I tried a lot of different sports, and it's just something that attracted me right away. I played with my freshman year roommate. We joined as freshmen in college and played ever since.
I'm from Cal, just here to support my team, know a couple of players, really excited.
And I just came to visit my friend.
Yeah, she goes here. We're rivals, but we're friends.
So Stanford and Cal watching from your side, like, what are you making of the game? First time to watch it?
It's been really interesting so far.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm learning a lot about all the different rules. And it's I'm pretty impressed with the aggressiveness. It's really exciting, really interesting to watch.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm learning so much about the sport. It's been fun. It's a fun game to watch for sure.
And what are you both studying?
I am a society and environment major.
And I'm a product design major.
And have either of you any Irish connections?
I don't believe so. I mean, I could check back in my lineage, but not too much.
My mom is half Irish. Pretty sure my great-grandfather was from Ireland.
Yeah, but a friend of mine studied at the University College Dublin this summer and was really pumped about it, so joined the hurling team, and here we are.
I was very impressed. A little bit of rustiness out there. The referee, at least as much as anyone. But the new lads came on well. Lots of fighting them. Real hustle to try and getting the ball delivered. So I enjoyed it.
Good tight game. Stanford, they were outnumbered, but they weren't outgunned.
Is it about the winning?
Is it about the winning? No, it's about learning the game. But winning is kind of important too. It's there's a bit of competitive impetus. There's a good rivalry between these two teams, and that's healthy.
Take a look at those lads out there. The Cal lads, they're looking down. They put everything into it. And it's about becoming better hurlers, but at the end of the day, you want to win every game that's in front of you.
The Rose of Tralee Festival has been attracting people to Ireland from the very late 50s. San Francisco has been sending a representative every year since 1962. This year, the ceremony took place to select the San Francisco Rose in the United Irish Cultural Centre. Let's see what happened.
She was lovely and fair as the rose of the summer, yet was not her beauty alone that won me.
What's a kid going to learn from someone who decided the best option in life was to become a teacher? He reminds the other dinner guests that it's true what they say about teachers. Those who can do, and those who can't, teach. Hello.
You smacked the room.
Yeah, I did. A lot of supporters out there.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Where were you born? Where did you grow up?
I was born, I live in South San Francisco, but I pretty much grew up in the city. I went to Sacred Heart downtown, and then I went to St. Mary's College in Moraga. Go Gales. So, yeah.
And what are you doing now?
Right now, I'm a teacher's assistant in Belmont at Immaculate Heart of Mary. I'm in 2nd grade.
The energy in the room and the size of the crowd and the quality of the young women that we had here tonight really speaks volumes about how successful the Rosa Tralee can be. And so we did our best and put as much work into it as we could, and it paid off, I think.
This is my third time. It's gotten a lot bigger every year. I'm very proud of the girls and the people organizing this. Phenomenal. Look at the crowd here. Everybody's having a great time. You know, what a nice event this is. It's growing every year. All over the world, it's growing, the Rosa Tralee. And then here in San Francisco is no different. The room is packed. We got 14 contestants. What a great evening.
enjoying the night, watching all of these fabulous women talk about themselves and the great things that they do. So right now, no sadness. I can't promise that maybe tomorrow morning it'll be a little sad, you know, not having the sash, but it was a great year, and it's time to pass along to someone else. Happy to do it.
On behalf of everybody in the International Rose of Tralee, and we have 68 centres around the world, including San Francisco, who have been a very proud supporter of the Rose of Tralee since 1962. I just want to say it's a great honour for myself and my wife Una to be here tonight, and to say thank you to the Irish community in San Francisco for all the great work that you do on behalf of Irish people, both at home and here. I know that the United Irish Cultural Centre in San Francisco has been a very, very important aspect of Irish life here for a long time now.
Margaret Harkin.
The moon through the valley, her pale rays were shedding, when I won the heart of the Rose of Tralee. Though lovely and fair as the rose of the summer.
Could not believe it. Thought it was a mistake. It's unreal. It's a really, really honor. It's mind blowing. So coming into it with so many awesome girls, you can know a lot about it, but every single one of the girls on the stage fit that description. So it's, you know, that's what makes it hard. It's like I think they're all amazing and a crazy whirlwind. I'm excited. It'll be awesome to go to Ireland. It'll be amazing. I love Ireland. I love everything about it, and it'll be awesome to do it with a load of girls that also love Ireland. I grew up here. I went to high school here, and then I went to college in LA, Los Angeles, and then I did my master's in Dublin. And I live here now. I just moved back. I'm studying for the MCAT, so I'm trying to go to med school. Thank you so much.
Oh no, 'twas the truth in her eyes ever dawning that made me love Mary, the Rose of Tralee.
And that's it from Irish Voices for this week. Thank you so much for listening and watching our first edition. We do hope you can join us again. And if you want to join in the conversation, well, just check out the email below and we'll have website details in coming months. Thank you once again for that listening and viewing ear and eye. I'm Donald McKeown. I hope to see you again soon.